Good morning. 9 o'clock. Straight up. All right, I'll have to be answering that in a few minutes. What do you mean answering what? Few minutes. Oh, I gotta check audio. There's audio there, and this. What do you mean answering? There's audio. Okay, and better mute Baby Beast. Didn't get that done before starting the show. April 18th, 2023, on a Tuesday. Not an update Tuesday because it's not the second Tuesday of the month. Sometimes the fourth Tuesday of the month gets an update too from Windows. This is Windows Daily number 198, getting close to that ever elusive 200 number. What do you mean, Doug? It's not elusive. All you got to do is get up there. Dennis, DDT 2005, and their viewers just joined. Say hello. Hello, Dennis's viewers. Ken Stout says, unable to join today. There's a premiere scheduled. I have the fix in. There's an auto redirect to Ken's show at the bottom of the hour. I'm chuckling because somebody asked a question about that. I'll get to that in a little bit. Dennis went up 6 levels here. Only a few trial quests left. Congrats to Doug on his 3rd crown win. I'll be watching later. Dennis and I play Fortnite every morning, starting at 7 a.m. Pacific time. I'm playing solos all this season, and he's usually coaching me, and the viewers in the chat room are coaching me. On Tuesdays, Dennis typically plays solo, or not coaching me, because he's working on the new weekly quests that come out. So this morning, I got my 3rd crowned win, which means either 2 wins in a row or pick up a crown during the game and then get a win. 2 days ago, I think it was on Sunday, I got 2 crowned wins, but I didn't earn them. Today, I earned my crowned win because I won 2 games in a row rather than picking up a crown. Why is he talking about Fortnite? This is live Windows training. Okay, I'll shut up now. Moving on. Although I'll do one thing here. I'll post this link. Doug's earned crowned win in Fortnite. Yeah, because that was a fun thing for me. Josh Kinder, hello. Darren Gilholm, 3rd crown win for Doug. Hello, Josh in chat. Mike Wojcik, Darren Gilholm, hello, Speedy C, Mortant, Kenny Witt, and Darren Gilholm again. Frankie B, Studio Al, Greg M, Yates Networks. Oops, there's more here. Ran Israel, Selden Ball, and Live Windows Training. Oh, that's me. Such a Doug. Okay, so I got some stuff to lined up for today's content. Go look at comments on videos. Tom K says, okay, I need to know what is the difference between 9 a.m. straight up or 9 a.m. not straight up. If you're not familiar with an analog clock that has an hour hand that goes around the face of the clock, and minute hand that goes around the face of the clock, and second straight up means all 3 of those are pointed straight up at the number 12. I don't know if Tom's really asking for an explanation for that, but not straight up would mean I did not start on time. If I start on time, I click the stream button about 5 seconds before it's 9 o'clock straight up. And I'm not certain how well that is coming in, but I think it's lining up pretty right. Alan Barsna says, hey, Doug, what's wrong with YouTube? Oh, lots of things are wrong with YouTube. Don't get me started. I don't have the share bar no more. Could it be they are updating? So what is the share bar? I think he means share button. This share button right here. I've seen situations where if you have maybe your window scrunched down a bit, you don't see the share button. Let's see here, when it's down this narrow, we don't see any buttons, but if you scroll all the way down, are they there? Down here? Yeah, under the chat. Yeah, there's still a share button. And I don't know if Alan's referring to a mobile device or a computer. There are times when the buttons down here don't appear the same shortly after a live stream is finished. So that could be what's going on, but I have the share button, so I'm not aware of any trouble there, Alan. Seems like I was going to say something else about that. Yeah, that was 3 hours ago that his comment came in. So it was 3 hours ago, and it was on yesterday's video. So that video may have been done, should have been done processing. Let's see if we get, if I come over here onto my channel icon, open that in a new tab, and go to yesterday's video. Is all the chat is available there? Let's see, 23 hours ago. That was the one from yesterday. Let's see if everything's available. There's share, and let's see, chat is available and clips are available. I've also seen time periods when clips aren't available. All right, so that takes care of all of those. Let's thumbs up and heart those. And then where am I going to go to next? Let's see. It seems like I have some things flagged in emails. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I can't bring up this email because it's got my client's email address on it, but I forwarded this email to me to tell you about this situation that I had yesterday. Connected to a client's computer remotely, Windows 11. It was misbehaving, so I restarted it. When I restarted it, it forced me to create a Microsoft account. That computer was set up by me with a local account. When I restarted it, it came to the prompt for creating a Microsoft account. Now, I wasn't there at her location, so I couldn't disconnect the network. This is a client that I didn't want to try to talk through it. We already have a Microsoft account for this client, so I didn't really mind creating a Microsoft account. I checked later and found that she was Windows 11 22H2 Pro. And this is a new discovery for me. Was there an update that is compelling a Microsoft account for Windows 11 Pro that has a local account? I don't know. Radar out. Look for this. I don't think I had another user account on that computer with a Microsoft account. I think the only account on it was a local account. I briefly looked to see if it would let me change to a local account, but there's some other changes also that I noticed. Is that Windows 11 previously, I don't know how far previously, I was able to do Windows key R and type control printers and get the old control printers interface. That's totally gone. I couldn't find any way to get back to that. I had to do all of the printer work from within the Windows 11 control printers methods. And that's what was wrong with her computer. She was connecting remotely to her office computer and having trouble printing to her home printer while connected to the office. I wound up restarting both of those computers and that fixed that problem. But yeah, control printer's gone. Control panel still available. And from control panel, when I click on devices and printers, it takes me into the Windows 11 interface for printers. Maybe somebody knows more about that. Taking a look, there is some stuff in chat on this subject. Let me look at my next email that is saved. Oh, Josh Kinder. Let's see. I'll just read this. Like to get, Wood Curious. Yeah, I can go show this. Doesn't have his email address. The subject line, Would Curious Doug like to get his hand on my aunt's old hard drive? I don't mind sending it to you. I think I know what might have made the computer go down. I don't ever recall putting the update in for April Tuesday. It must have been in the must have been in the process of writing something to the hard drive, and didn't like that I had told it no, I can't do that. I think if you can't reach somebody, yeah, that's it. So yeah, Josh, I'd like to have that. That's an M.2 drive, I believe, and that's a very easy thing to ship. Just put it in one of those really stiff envelopes, I guess, or it should get some kind of a case to put it in so that it doesn't get bent and maybe broken in shipping, or a small box. however you choose to do that. But yeah, I'd like to get that. Now, ideally, I would like to try to recover that when Steve Gibson's next version of SpinRite is out, because it's supposed to recover a lot of stuff, including M.2 drives. But that's not available yet, I don't think, and probably not going to be available for quite some time. It always sounds like it's just about to be here, but it's not. At least last I know it's not. So yeah, that would be fun to do. Then let's go back and catch up with chat. There is some other things that I have lined up to talk about today. Bill Binder, hello Bill Binder. That's the first time I recall seeing your name. Welcome to the community here. Dennis, installing NVIDIA update. Bobby Warren, Ken's show this is the link for Ken's show. I do have it on the auto redirect. So this, at the end of my stream, will take you there. If you have this autoplay turned on, then it will take you to that. If you have that turned off, then you have to click on a message up here in the chat area to go to Ken's premiere. Brian Lightfoot, when I first wake up, I'm lucky if I can stand straight up. I don't try to stand straight up when I wake up. I first get out of bed. So I sit sideways on the bed, get my feet on the floor, and then stand up. I never stand straight up in the bed. No, not a good idea. I know that's not what you meant. Rand Israel happened to me last week as well. The forced Microsoft account on Windows 11. Greg M., where in the login process was it forcing you to create an Microsoft account? What method did you use to create the local account? When I set up that computer for my client, I did it here. And wait a minute. I think we purchased that with Windows 11. You know what? I'm not sure. The way I would do Windows 11 here in the lab is I would start the computer up without it being connected to the internet. And then you can get the option to create a local account. I'm sure that's most likely the method I did, except I'm not even sure if it came with Windows 11. So if it came with Windows 10 when we upgraded to Windows 11, she may have done that accidentally. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd have to go research it. And if you have Windows 10 set up with a local account, when you upgrade to Windows 11, it will automatically have a local account. So what happens is I restarted the computer, and then that I'm going to call it out-of-box experience. When it doesn't give you the login prompt, it comes up with these messages about, let's continue finishing up your computer. It's very similar to the out-of-box experience. And there are some places, opportunities to click a skip button it doesn't skip a Microsoft account, but anyway, it came to a point of let's create a Microsoft account, and the only thing it would allow me to do there was, do a Microsoft account. I tried various different techniques there. I wasn't physically at her location, so I could not disconnect it from the internet. And there might have been some method to bypass that, but I didn't have time to do that because my client needed to get back to work, and it was not a big deal in that scenario, in that circumstance, to create a Microsoft account. But yeah, I couldn't see any way. I tried there's a back button, the arrow in the upper left corner. I did not try putting in garbage for the email address. Maybe if I had done an invalid email address a few times, maybe it would have given me the opportunity for a local account. But the local account was already present. This computer was already configured and has been in use for a long time. Dennis says, if a client tries to run an app that needs a login as possible, the Microsoft account dialog will appear. That's not what was happening, because I was working on the computer remotely. I told my client, I want to restart both of your computers, the one at the office and the one at her home. I shut down her other programs and I issued the restart command. There was no app that needs a login. Brian Lightfoot, no requirement for Microsoft account here. Windows 11 22H2 must have been something special on your client system, new software installed. No, she does not install software. I did not install software. We do use Microsoft 365. So we use her Microsoft account for her Word, Excel, and Outlook license. And that is active on her computer. Was that somehow pushing for a Windows Microsoft account? I don't know. I'd be curious to see if that NVMe drive died. So if Josh sends me that NVMe, I think the way I'm going to approach it is just try some other partition utility to delete the partition. The main objective on that NVMe drive is to delete the partition so that a fresh Windows can be installed. Josh tried deleting the partition from the Windows 10 setup and from the Windows 11 setup. Neither of those would do it. We tried using DiskPart from, I think we did that from the Macroom Reflect boot environment and from the command prompt in a Windows 10 boot media, and DiskPart would not even see the partition. Didn't even see that the disk existed. List disk, it would not show up. There were some occasions where it would show up in BIOS, but I think that was even a little hit and miss. During the Windows 10 or Windows 11 setup, when you get to the partitions, it would show the disk and the partition, but we couldn't delete them. When you tried to delete them, it got some kind of an error message, and we have that recorded on video. SpinRite is still in the alpha testing phase, and I have considered a few times signing up for that, but I don't want to be obligated to reporting and doing significant amount of testing and stuff. If somebody else is in the alpha testing phase, I'd be interested to know if there's any requirements in workload for me to participate in that. Some Microsoft apps downloaded from Microsoft Store will require a Microsoft account, such as Clipchamp. She doesn't use any of that. I have the full inventory of software installed there, and nobody else installs on that computer. I've been redirected with autoplay turned off. Oh, Dennis says when he has autoplay turned off, he still gets redirected. That's interesting. For this stream, Dennis had redirect set up on his Fortnite to redirect to this stream that's running right now. So apparently he got not what I've seen, what it's supposed to do if you have autoplay turned off, it's supposed to display a message that you would have to click on to get sent to that. But, hey, what was the question asked? What's wrong with YouTube? Lots of things are wrong with YouTube. I have a Dell desktop at my work, like a Dell Optiplex 790 from Bobby. Is that the school, I guess? Did he make a comment about? No, Microsoft account. So he didn't get it. Microsoft account required. Now, but is that at the school? Is that a corporate edition? Is there a Windows 11 Pro? If you're on a domain, is not supposed to require a Microsoft account. It's supposed to be able to be local account because you need that for signing on to a domain. Is there a domain there, Bobby? I think it was something to do with the latest round of Patch Tuesday from Rand Israel. Let's see, was that regarding yeah, it happened last week as well. That's what I'm thinking, is there might have been something, and it may be that Microsoft is testing this. There's only some computers that are being forced to it, maybe some kind of set of circumstances, or maybe more and more people are going to be seeing that happen. If they're just doing, what is that thing where you float a new idea out? I think sometimes Microsoft floats an update out to some of the world's population to see how it goes. Greg M., I am SpinRite alpha tester, and there's no stringent testing requirements. If you have issues, you either create a GitHub ticket or post in the spinrite.dev newsgroup. Builds are released 1 per week. Wow. Maybe I'll look at that again. I have been known to revisit suggestions, which I did yesterday, and that's one of the things I'm going to still show in today's session. Lawn Dog. Sometimes with drives using Windows, they lose their initialization, and the drive will have very weird characteristics when you try to explore it and do things with it. I have prepared problems with initialization in the past. I think he means he's repaired problems with initialization in past. That certainly is possible. Zvi Menor, I saw Spirit 6.0 is for sale. Oh, that's Steve Gibson. Spirit. Spinrite. Is that what he's saying? No, 6.0, that's the old. The new version, I think, is going to be 6.1. I already have 6.0. I own it, but it doesn't even, 6.0 has been for sale for a long time. I bought it, I think, a decade ago or more. Yeah, it's the old version. Oh, the newest will be 6.5. Oh, I thought it was. I'm not sure that I'm right about that, Greg. I'm not sure if I'm right about 6.1. Okay, so I need to get on to show something from yesterday that was really, really weird with Big Beast Build. All right, I got this video here. I'm about to click play. I think it's going to go full screen when I click play. This is a video that I recorded. You'll see me in the bottom right corner. I'm going to turn off my picture-in-picture, and then I'm going to explain it. It's pretty short. Here we go. This is installing the driver for the capture card, for the capture StarTech capture device. It's restarting my computer without any warning? What? He looks stunned. Okay, so what was happening there is yesterday I showed you this, that I bought this new internal capture card, and oh, this thing is weird too. Yeah, no, my address is not on there. Okay, all this story. We had the conversation yesterday in chat about the devices that I have. I have two of these that I think were responsible for a lot of the crashes that I've had, and I was sure there's probably updated drivers. And somebody put a link in chat for the new drivers for this, and I talked about that a little bit. So after the show was over, I went ahead and tried downloading it and installing it. So what you saw there in that video was me starting to install this, and it spontaneously restarted Big Beast Build about halfway through there. And what happened is the monitors 2 and 3 went blank, totally black, and monitor 1 was a total blue background, and it said restarting computer. So when you see me say, what? It's restarting the computer? I couldn't see any screens open at that point. I didn't know that XSplit was still recording. Now, I'm going to go back and show this video through again and explain a couple of things. I'm going to do this with it muted. So here I'm clicking mute and then play, and I'm going to pause it. So here I'm pausing right at the beginning. So underneath here, you see the folder that I extracted the files of that downloaded driver to, and there's the setup.exe. So I launched that, and this program title bar says driver merge install shield. So just finished doing this green bar. Down here on the taskbar in that recording, let's see, are you seeing my mouse? Yeah, I think you're seeing my mouse. Are you seeing my mouse? Yes, you are. You can see that Google Chrome is open. You can see that Microsoft Edge is open. You can see that multiple File Explorer windows are open. You see 2 of them right here. And going further to the right, there's my Power Automate for the Windows macros that I use is open. XSplit is open. This ball right here, I'm not sure what that is. It might be related to that driver installation. There's a video player, a VLC is open, and this is also that driver. So then I'm going to move forward with that and see what happens next. So there, you saw me click on the title bar of that window and it disappeared. What I was intending to do was drag it down so I could see behind it, but it just disappeared. I didn't click. I'm going to go back a little bit and notice that, let's see, get back to it. How far back do I need to go? Here. You'll see the mouse come up here to the title bar area, and the window just goes away. And you're seeing that green bar. Oh, no, I got to go back further. There. Okay, pausing. You see my mouse up at the title bar. I click on that title bar intending to drag that window down, and it behaves as though I clicked on the X. And then that window just went away. I didn't click on anything to make that window go away, I don't think. Let's go look and see again. Is my mouse there anywhere? How far back here do I got to go? I don't see my mouse anywhere on that screen, and it goes away. Now, I'm going to take a moment here to point out the drivers. Here's the USB 3.0 video capture device drivers 1.1.0193.7. I confirmed this morning that XSplit verifies that version number, so I do know that I got the driver installed. But I continued past after this reboot. I'm just pointing out here this spontaneous reboot of this driver installation. It was so totally weird. One idea I have is that it might have been wanting to uninstall the prior driver before installing this and just wasn't designed very well because it gave me no warning. Not supposed to do that. Not friendly. So then this is going on. Now, this is the point you see me talking. This is where the screens, I think, have gone blank, and gives me a message that it's restarting. And then it's closing down these other windows. And I'm not even seeing all that happen. There's both browsers are closed now. And moving on, and I'm just perplexed. You see the perplexed, whoops, no, you don't see the perplexed Doug there. Let's see, I got to turn off my picture-in-picture. There's the perplexed Doug. Isn't that a sad sight? And I didn't even know that XSplit was still recording. So you heard my honest reaction there. And then the computer just restarted. It's like, what the heck? So Doug, why did you install that driver? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give it some time and see if I have any more crashes. If I don't have any more crashes, then I might wind up returning this. I'm not really in a position right now to be throwing money down the drain if I don't need it. So I'm going to give it a second chance. Or is this the sixth chance? I don't know. Coming back to chat. Steve will then work on SpinRite 7.0. Yeah, this is such a minor revision, number 6.5, when it's a hugely revamped program. The 6.0 program right now, it can't even do a spinning hard drive that exceeds 2 terabyte reliably. I have 2 terabyte drives, or over 2 terabytes, that are in need of fixing. His system his 6.0 can't even see it. It doesn't know how to handle. I think it knows how to handle some drives over 2 terabytes, or maybe 2 terabyte is the problem number. But this 6.5 version is pretty amazing. Oops, it's close to Alexa, stop. That's my warning tone, my alarm. Steve lives where I grew up. We're talking like 1970. He lives in Irvine and was in the direct opposite of where I lived, a place called University Park. Really nice place to live. So was my side of town. Irvine, way back in the day, was a very nice city to grow up. This is Microsoft. This is Microshaft, Doug. Nothing but trouble. All right, I think it's time to call this a wrap. There's my email address. Ran Israel, 2 terabyte is the magic number where you usually go from MBR to GPT. Yeah, because his 6.0, I bought that 2 or 3 decades ago. Long time ago. Okay. Sending you off to see the Kenster. You can send an email to me asking a question that I'll respond to during Windows Daily Show, or put a comment on any of my videos, or ask a question in chat. And I just realized there's some other topics I was intending to get to today, but didn't. Deal with it. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you later. Goodbye.